Two more people have been charged and sentenced to jail as part of the TikTok GST scam, otherwise known as Operation Protego. So let's talk about this. Now, it's called this because it did the rounds in 2021, 2022, and it was widespread through social media. So it does have this nickname of the TikTok GST scam, but its official name is Operation Protego. Now, there's been a lot of reporting on this. We've had a couple of videos. The ABC had a great documentary on this last year. So if you don't know much about it, it's one of those things you do want to research. Now, it was just a widespread scam, and nearly $2 billion, or I should say over $2 billion, was defrauded from the Commonwealth. And we're talking 57,000 people actually took part in this. And to date, they're saying that there's still only about 5% of this money has been recovered. So it is just so widespread. And the premise of this whole scam was very simple and basic. So what the scammers did was just registered themselves for an ABN. When they got the ABN, they logged on to MyGov, registered that ABN for a GST, and lodged false activity statements, and literally just thousands of dollars worth, and sat back and watched the money hit their bank account. Now, these two cases, the two previous one was just last week, so I'll talk about that one first. Queensland woman, she was sentenced to 2 years jail. So she pretended that she had a beauty salon, and she went and lodged the BASs between January to April 2022, a total of 5 business activity statements that she lodged. Of course, they were all false. She received nearly $55,000 in refunds. She then, like most of them do, they get that first hit of the money and then go and lodge some more. She then attempted to obtain a further $14,000 worth, but she was stopped. These ones were stopped by the ATO. A search warrant was issued, an audit was conducted, and she's been charged, sentenced to jail for 2 years, and ordered to repay $52,000. The other one is a man. I'm not sure what state he's from. He was sentenced, this was last month, he was sentenced to 1 year and 2 months jail. Now, he previously had an ABN, he reinstated that, and he claimed that he was running an antique furniture restoration business. He lodged 9 false business activity statements, received $72,000. Again, paused, received the money, and then went to lodge more. The next lot he went to lodge was $48,000 worth. That was stopped. And in his case, the bank actually contacted the ATO and said, hey, there's some unusual deposits going on. A search warrant was issued, an audit was conducted, and then he's been charged. So this is part of Operation Protego, and the ATO keeps taxpayers up to date on what's going on. If you haven't already done so, hit the follow button for more.